So, ooh, wow, you can really see the tan right through here. um, I had done a video the other day. I don't see it anywhere. And I understand it was kind of like a part one. So, while I think somebody somehow, whatever, has had that removed, because it's not in my stuff anymore, I just wanted to do this one. The blessing in being homelessness, you know? Or the blessing in homelessness. I had let everyone know that, and I'm sorry again for the background noise. I came right back to the spot. I love hanging out here. I'd let everyone know that I've been taking antidepressants the last 4 days, and that I'd been struggling this year. Not having a house in my own name after a relationship has ended, and feeling really bad about myself, that being on the D list, look at all I've got to be grateful for, and it's not paying my bills or anything or helping me out anyway. But I really want to say that this has been a really rewarding experience for me. I think there is a blessing in being homeless. And there's a blessing for me right now in being homeless. And I just want to take a moment to acknowledge that and thank God for this experience. Now, I've spent a lot of time feeling really down about it, that I don't belong on the streets. This is not the life for me. I don't think anybody deserves to sleep outside unless they're camping. And that's a different experience. I don't think anyone, no matter who they are, what they've done, or whatever their experience has, led to a cause for them to become homeless. Nobody deserves that. This is a really rough situation. But I also know that I had asked to see my family again one more time before they die. I'd gone 11 years without seeing them. I had also asked God, help me live more of a God-realized life. And God bless Freemasonry, really. And help me be more like my Wayne Dyer, who means the world to me. So, in the last year, I've, gone from LA to New York twice, and back, right? I got to see my family. Now, I understood from my grandmother when I got there, that time, she had prayed for somebody, some way, somehow, the strength, whatever, to... Is it raining again? Oh no, it's a stroller. I'm like, no. So, my grandmother had prayed, because she's a hoarder, and she wanted her house clean, and it was rough, dude. I went back and I helped. She needed me as much as I needed her, and my dad. I went to stay with my cousin, and I just come back from there. And I see how they needed me as much as I needed them. Not just because, I was told that, but I see it. I have met some extraordinary people along the way I wouldn't have met otherwise. I posted a photo earlier. Shh. Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll let him know. But, I don't want to say what his experience was. that he's led a tragic moment. I wouldn't have met him otherwise. He feels really, and he has really, really felt alone. And I'm glad I've been there. And I'm glad he's got a friend when he didn't think he had one. I've been there for him. And there's, some others along the way. And even with Subway, like I just posted earlier, life is about service and giving back. But look how much you gain in return. I really want to thank God. I have itches. Not bad. I really want to thank God for this experience. It's been a struggle with me. I have gone as far as getting on antidepressants because I don't want my mind to go dark. But you know what? I'm grateful for this, experience that I've had, that I'm going through, and I hope to get out of. And I hope to get out of sooner rather than later. Did I say it right this time? I love you, Bruce. That's Yvonne's son. I love my Yvonne DiCarlo, man. Her and Bruce, her son, really mean the world to me. So, not to go in a whole moment like that, I want to stay on course real quick and make this video brief. I'm really grateful God has given me something I've struggled with, cried over, didn't want, been depressed about. I wasn't really able to see the blessing in it all. And there really is some blessing. This year will shape me for the rest of my life. This last year that I've been going through this, not only has forever changed me. Hey buddy, watch this video again when you flip back and watch it. Hope you're having a great day, dude. Yeah. So I really am grateful. I want to get out of this experience. I had posted some videos along the way earlier in the year, and having these, this moment, right, that the whole homeless thing, we really need to change the outlook on homeless people. We really need to be there for homeless people a little more than we are, and not try and turn a blind eye against them. I feel so blessed and fortunate and honored to have met some of these people that I would not have met otherwise. I would have never, gone to hang out in the park or at the river or whatever, right? Any other way. Yeah, and I've already paid for one. $420. It's alright. I see the reason why I've been out here. I see the reason why God ultimately had it turn into a situation where I got turned away really rudely. I see the benefits in my getting irritated and, being all like, well, screw you, dude. I don't want your shelter. I get it. I really see how I've had a major blessing in my life. Even with just saying, and getting irritated because of the way I was treated when I went there. And my doctor and her nurse, had let me know that, don't take it personally. even though I did. Don't take it personally, because I'm sure that dude has seen a lot of messed up people, and people that would be, like lying to get into a shelter or whatever, so I understand. I really do. But I've had a few major blessings because I didn't go into the shelter that I've ultimately paid for. And I'm really grateful for it. I wasn't really sure why, I ran out of money and just didn't keep going back or stay up there so that I didn't run out of the money and just keep going. But now that I've had a few days and I understand, I am really grateful I didn't keep going back to that shelter. I'm really glad. I can see how I've been able to help a couple people, and to me that's more rewarding than having a bed to sleep in for a night and a shower and everything. Because honestly, it's been a couple weeks since I've had a shower, but I'm glad that it's turned out this way. And I will be able to look back on this moment for the rest of my life and be grateful that God let me be homeless. And I don't think I would have ever said that in my life beforehand. Why would anybody want to go through this experience? It's hell. See, here in LA, people like to kill homeless people. I've had my moments, not where I was trying to hurt somebody, but where they were trying to hurt me. And I've let people know that along the way. Some of the experiences that I've had, a couple of them, right? I really can't. I haven't opened up about all things because this is a nightmare. And I just want to wake up. But I'm really glad that I've had this moment, that I've had this experience. And like I've said, believe it or not, I really do thank God. I don't really know how this is going to help me help others later on in my life. You can kind of get a feel here and there of how it's going to turn out for me in my life, like say in another 20 years, that kind of a deal. Like, oh, maybe I'll be helping homeless people or something. You can see how things like that might, but at the same time, like, I still can't wrap my head around this. And I just didn't want to have my head get dark. Because before, when I was out here, I felt like I was off grid from life. And, with having some family and friends, but family, let me know how much of a pile of crap I am, in their impression, view, whatever, that I don't deserve anything or anyone. I'll never be anything or anyone. The only way I would ever be able to have anything in my life is if I change who I am and be who they tell me to be. They can see why I was homeless and why nobody loves me. And it's just gone on. Like, even my mother sent me a message on Facebook, I'm somebody that nobody wants to know. And out of irritation, because she irritates me, man. Sorry. But out of irritation, I almost took a screenshot and posted that up. I'm glad I didn't. I really shouldn't have said anything right now either, I still feel as though I'd like to have my family viewed in better light, but that's not who they are. But I know the path I'm going down in life, and I'm not talking about entertainment, I'm talking about a life of service and being a Mason and giving back to people, and not just my community and various charities that Masons do, but I'm here on this planet to really help people. And this sounds really messed up, I don't want to be all like, I'm a messiah, it's nothing like that, and I don't want anyone to think of me like that. And they don't, but I know, like, in this experience, I've been able to help people when I'm the one that needed help. And I don't really get it, but I appreciate it. I can see how much of a blessing it has been for me, and that my going on a path, I think you were really cool, but I still don't dig the Masons. I know. And that's okay. You don't have to like what we do or who we are or anything. I'm really grateful that you have come to, like me anyway, that says a lot. I really appreciate it, because you don't have to. You weren't initially setting out to do that, and like, look how grateful I am that I'm getting to know you now as well. A little bit, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, had it not been for my doing this whole show, and God bless Freemasonry, that you wouldn't have gone on to see my stuff, would you? Yeah, I'm working on it, but a lot of stuff I want under the umbrella of God bless Freemasonry, because I'm not the only one who's a Mason who's trying to give back to humans and beyond, like, it's not just humans, like, but you know what I mean. So it means a lot to me to be a Mason, whether anyone or you or whatever like it or not, that's your own opinion. I don't want to change your opinion. If I do, ultimately, that's wow, but that's not what I'm trying to do. Although at the same time, when I started doing the show, I really wanted to help dispel some of the negativity. Because when you look on YouTube alone, just on YouTube alone, you see a lot of negative garbage. And it really bothered me. A lot of it is like, Satanists and hello? Just because you don't really know anything about it. It's up to you. I do like you're giving yourself credit. Wait, what? You're not just giving all credit to the Masons? I'm giving myself credit? Like, I am? I'm like, what? I don't want to take credit. It's not about me, man. I understand. But really, I don't... I'm not sure if you're aware of anything of, or has seen anything that he's done. Wayne Dyer, living a life of obscurity, or in Pink Floyd's sense, obscured by clouds. Thanks, dude. It's not about me, man. I don't think anything I do is about me. I don't know. I know that the acting that I do is supposed to be about me. I am proud of myself. I am proud of myself. I'm proud that I'm a better person than what some of the people that are supposed to be closest to me have given me credit for. Because in the end, I know I'm a better person than that. I am trying to make an attempt. I'm trying to be better than I was the day before. And I also know that sometimes, even with your family, when you are turning out that way, They don't want it in front of them, because it just kind of lets them know that they're not as perfect as they want others to feel they are. You know, so there's blessing in that too, you know, even with family putting me down, you know, run it up. I just know that I'm better than what they say I am, and I don't care if anyone cares or knows or whatever. But with this whole video that I wanted to post up, because that other one was taken down the other day. You remember that one with the dude and the like scat party and everything? Yeah, but whatever. I'm gonna be listening, but I'll be away from the keyboard. Okay. I really want to thank God. And I have, you know, a few times in this clip here. But I really want to thank God, man. I'm really grateful that God has answered my prayers with getting to see my family again. And sure, I've had a really rough time with it, because who would want, you know, this is the way that they go about seeing their family. You know, I mean, like, you want to see your family under better circumstances in life than, hey, look at me, I'm now homeless, I need help. You know, I didn't have anything to my name, I was dumb. You know, I'm gonna be 41 in May, dude. I don't have a home in my name. That's my mistake, and I hope other people learn from it. You never know, hopefully. You know, you don't want other people to make the same mistakes you did, but they have to make their own mistakes, you know, and I get all that. But when it comes to being homeless, no, I would rather people learn from my mistakes. Have something in your name. No matter how much you love that person, you're going to be with them forever, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't last forever. And in the end, when it doesn't last forever and there's nothing in your name, you're the one screwed. You know? Dude, I hate sleeping outside in the parking lot, man. But I'm glad I didn't go to that shelter, because in the last couple of days that I didn't keep going back, I can see the blessings. I can't believe they make you pay for a shelter. It's a lot different in different places. It's through the social services, and you do have to pay back social services. So if, you know, my life pans out, because I've been an actor, right? But if my life pans out, man, I gotta pay all that back. Plus, I'm doing the whole disability trip and everything, and I don't really want to be on help the rest of my life. I don't want to, you know, suckle off the teat of society. You know, I want to be better than that. I want to have my own life and my own stuff and my own name. And life isn't about material, but damn it, when it comes to having a place to stay, here I am, I'm about to be 41, and I don't have a home, let alone a home in my name, you know? But I don't want to live off social services and disability. I want help to get me to getting into a place to live and everything, and eventually I want my own home, man. I know the, you know, the pitfalls and the blessings of having your own home as far as owning a house versus renting. I get it. But I've never owned my own home at my age. Isn't that just shame on me? You know, really, shame on me. I'll learn from this. I will learn that even though you're together for 11 years or even longer, and you tell them, you know, your spouse, like, every day you kiss each other in the morning and at night, and, you know, you stand there just hugging each other for like a good half hour every single night, you know, like just holding each other in the kitchen, and, You know, like I was gonna say confirmation and confirming at the same time. Sorry, confirming. I do that a lot. Confirming, you know, that like you want to be together forever. Yeah, we're still good. That's our plan. It doesn't last, man. You know, and anymore, relationships don't last like they used to last. But shame on me, and shame on whoever does the same thing I've done and not have a place that they know they can call home if anything falls through. You don't want to look for the negativity, you'll find it. But when it comes to having a house, you better have something in your name. And it doesn't matter what age you are, you need something in your name. But ultimately, like I'm saying in this video here, you know, I can see the blessing in being homeless. I am having a rough time, but I'm also having a time where I'm getting to meet people that I would have never met otherwise, and touching lives, and showing people that they're not alone, and that they have a friend, and that, you know, not everyone out there is trying to hurt them or take advantage of them. You know, like, there are genuine people out there, and people that care, and people that they can talk to. You know, like, that's a blessing, man. That is such a God-giving blessing, you know. I'm just really grateful. And I'm going to be able to get out of this situation come hell or high water, you know what I mean? And, like, because I'm not staying out on the streets forever. I'm going to get my own home. I might have to get into renting a place for a while until I can get my own home. Whatever, I don't care, man. I'm going to have my own place to live. And my name, you know, and, like, at my age, I want a house, you know. And I want a house here in LA. That's what I want. You know, and I'm gonna get it. Because that's what I want. But I also know, like, through Wayne and Abraham Hicks and so on, you know, right? You're supposed to appreciate the contrast. You're supposed to be grateful and see the blessing in the contrast and use that to your advantage to help you manifest further for what you want versus what you don't want. You focus on what you want, not what you don't want. You know, all those things. Everyone from Buddha on down, you know. But I also know that I don't have to, but I am saying what's going on in life so other people can learn how to do it themselves, you know, and helping to manifest the lives before them. Like, I would have never guessed I would have come out here to LA and become an entertainer. But at the same time, I see where I manifested that for me. You know, and I posted how, like, all the thoughts you have and the conversations you have, they're all little signs and clues and everything. You can trace back to your thoughts that manifested your life. How many other people are, you know, out there telling you that, you know? How many other people are going through experiences and trying to help others not have negative experience? But I mean, like, a lot of the people I know and have grown up with don't think, like, beyond, like I've said before, and they just live a life of negativity. Always being dragged down by others and themselves, and also the things that they consume in their mind. You know, I mean, there's so much negativity out there just in the garbage people have on their TV. And I've said it before, you know, like, negativity as far as music. Music, I think, is a little different. Like, I mean, one of the heavy, darker bands that I like as far as metal, because I'm a metalhead guitar player my whole life. Like Morbid Angel, they're not out there singing shiny happy people holding hands, you know what I mean? But the feelings, if you like metal, are what comes, I mean, like, if you're happy listening to something like Morbid Angel or whatever, I mean, like, you're going to elevate your vibration. And it's not necessarily the negativity that you're listening to. But with TV, I think is a little different. Like, my grandmother, I've told you all, that she's, like, all about watching the little people, she calls them midgets. She's obsessed with that. And I'm like, Graham, I cannot watch this. I have to get up and leave. I cannot watch this anymore. This is awful. They don't want to be a part of drama, and yet these people are causing drama. I mean, like, there's some of the most negative, that you could be watching right now. Why don't you go back to flipping, and watching the Golden Girls or something? At least they're a little more positive. I love my Golden Girls. But, yeah, I'm sorry about the background noise, and then we've got, like, really horrible weather, and as you can hear, a lot of accidents today. The oil comes out of the road when it rains, and because we don't get rain. Sorry, uno momento. Thank you for what you do. God bless you. I love you. But, not that they heard me, but really, I hope God blesses them. I think being homeless is not something I would have asked for. I really would have liked to have gone a different route to have things happen for me that I'd been asking for, But I see it really, truly is a blessing that I've had this experience, and I don't want to go through it again in life. I'm sorry, God, but I really appreciate not only the contrast that I can use to my benefit for manifesting something more positive, but I also see the benefit in others, in helping others. I wouldn't have had conversations with people and getting to know people and letting them know that not everyone is a shitty person. Namaste. I can walk down the street and I say, have a great day, or namaste, or whatever, right? Some people just look at you. Some people just don't even look at you and they look to the floor. Some people, when you say, have a great day today, they're like, okay, or thanks. You know what I mean? Like, I'm different. I'm really grateful I'm different. And I also like being around like-minded men. Or individuals, But I mean, like, as far as masonry goes, I like being around like-minded people, I'm really grateful for that. So, if God can hear me, and I know God can, because God is within, according to Buddha, and all that other stuff, right? But, really, it's one of those moments. If God can hear me, I don't want this experience. I don't want it to last. I want it to be over. But I'm grateful for it. I understand all the blessings I've encountered along the way, and some of the darker moments, but let's focus on positive. So really, God, as rough as it's been on me, people trying to kill me and all kinds of stuff, man, thank you. Thank you for letting me have this moment in my lifetime. I will be forever changed for it. And I know after I'm out of this situation, I will be able to reflect on it more and really see over time how this shapes me. Now, I know I've put up videos, like I said, that, you know, we need to do something more about homelessness, and we need to stop looking at them so negatively, because not every person out there that's homeless, not every one of them is a meth addict. Not every one of them wants to live on the streets. Not everyone that's asking for a handout, you know, wants drugs or drink, you know. Sometimes people are just in an unfortunate situation and they just need some help in getting out of it because they can't really do it all on their own. And I'm looking into this camera. I can see how this new medication is making my pupils dilated. That's okay, but I just noticed. I hope I do get to help with homelessness along the way in life. Can I be vain for a moment? I hope my career pays off financially. I've always wanted to open homeless shelters, and now I understand why. I didn't really understand fully when I was growing up, and I kept telling all these people that I knew, like, I'd love to be able to open homeless shelters one day. Now I understand a whole lot more why. I'm grateful. I'm also grateful that even though I'm not yet quite on the A, I'm on the D. I do have some platform and I can use that to my advantage. And hopefully along the way I'll get to meet more people that I've never met before. And maybe along the way, maybe they'll look at homeless people a little more differently and not be so apt to say, you know, get away from me, or I don't want to talk to you, or, you know, ignore them. And what I have wanted so bad in this whole time of being homeless, and I told my ex, you know, before, and I'd like to tell all of you, what I've really wanted is a friend to talk to, because I feel more alone than I've ever felt in my entire life. And I asked, you know, will you sit and spend even like 5 minutes talking to me? You know, all the crazy people out there that talk to themselves, it's because nobody else wants to. And they're not all crazy, but they need somebody to talk to. But nobody wants to listen. That's unfortunate. But I think more I should say that that's a shame on you versus shame on them. You know, that kind of a thing. Because ultimately, people are a little more comfortable handing out $5 versus 5 minutes of their time. When it comes to helping a homeless person, they'd rather give you some change versus sparing a couple moments of their time. You can talk to me whenever if you want to. You can message me anytime. I would be glad to talk to you anytime. Thank you. But honestly, yeah, it really is like that. I've asked my ex, will you please spend 5 minutes with me, even just 5 minutes. I just need someone to talk to. And nobody wants to talk to you when you're homeless. Nobody wants to look at you. They would rather put their head down and walk past you. I think that's why there's a lot of people that turn to drugs, because they, you know, that are homeless. Because, like, how else are you going to feel better about yourself? I get it. I can see why all the people that I've met that are homeless that are talking to themselves, and some of them have gotten worse in the last 4 months that I've been away. I see it. I get it. I understand. I'd like to use this platform, even as small as it is. I'd really like to help. And I don't really know how I can. I can't even help myself right now. But I hope to God some way, somehow, I'm able to help. Because that's all I want to do in life is help people. And be there for people. From all walks of life, not just charities with masonry and, give me a break, dude. I really want to help with homeless people. I really want to help change the outlook people have, or the impressions, however you want to say it, because I'm not really always the greatest with my words. And I'm human. But I think that's one of the things that people don't want to see when they look at a homeless person, is seeing that they're also human. And they are. I didn't want to share that person's experience, but I think now I am. That person I shared the photo of earlier on my various platforms, and he's around because I don't want to make him feel bad, make him cry. Because, dude, it broke him down to tell me what happened. I don't see him, okay? That dude I shared the pictures with on, my Facebook pages and my LinkedIn and Twitter and everything, he's such a great guy. And yeah, he's a meth addict. He had a really tragic experience. He was married, had a home, a daughter, and his wife murdered their daughter very violently. He said that the police wouldn't allow him to go into the house for his daughter while they escorted his wife in handcuffs. And the police told him that his wife is the one that did it. She brutally murdered their daughter, and the whole house was covered in that little girl's blood. And ever since then, he's been a drug addict because he can't cope with life. And that's the only way that he's been able to feel better. He also told me that the same thing I've been telling you just a few minutes ago, right? Nobody wanted to talk to him. Nobody wanted to listen to him. And he was sleeping next to me earlier. That's where I've been sleeping. Where I took the picture and posted. That's where I've been sleeping. When he sees me, he comes and hangs out near me and sleeps near me and everything. Because I listen to him and I talk to him. And he told me that you make me feel like I'm still human. And nobody does that for me. And he also told me that you're not out to hurt me like everyone else is. And he's really glad that he's met me. And that he didn't feel so alone. I didn't want to say anything, but after what I'm talking about, I'm like, dude, I really should. But I wanted to make sure he wasn't around because I don't want to make him start crying again. He doesn't talk about what he's gone through and why he's here on the streets. It breaks him down. And I get it. I'd freak, man. I don't know if I'd be able to deal with that. We've had a lot of conversation about that experience with him and his daughter. I pray for him. As much as it is to say that, you don't really know fully, how to pray and pray for somebody, you know what I mean? But I pray for him. And ever since he shared with me that story earlier this year and we've talked about it, I pray for him. when I was coming back here to LA, I kind of hoped that I would see him again. Just so I would be able to say hi and let him know that, I'm still there and his friend's still there, that kind of a deal. And see how he's been. And see if he's gotten any better or any worse. He doesn't really look the same. I knew it was him, but his appearance has changed a lot because of the drugs he's been on. Like, he got high last night. He didn't even know what he was smoking. I mean, like, he was wrecked. He didn't know what he was doing. I'm really grateful that I've had this experience. I don't know if I can thank God enough. And I'm not saying I'm grateful for this in hopes of getting out of it quicker. Although ultimately I would like to get out of it as quickly as possible. I am honestly saying I'm grateful for this experience. It is rough and horrible, and I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I would never wish this on my worst enemy. And I don't have enemies, because it's not who I am, I wouldn't wish this life on anybody. I would not, if I had an enemy, I would do all I could to help them, to make sure that they never had to be homeless, even for a night. It's bad. And I don't know how it is. Oh man, it's raining again. And I'm gonna be all like, oh God. California needs the rain, but seriously, God? I mean, you can stop this now, because I'm sleeping outside and I really don't want to get all my stuff wet. Hello? But you know what? It's alright, man. I know my life is all about giving back. I also know that I really want to help with homelessness. I always have. Maybe I did manifest this for me. And, this last year has, with my prayers and getting aligned with, my frequency and everything, maybe it just finally kicked in or something, right? And I'm sure I'm still going to struggle with it even more. And I'm grateful that I'm on these pills now. Hopefully they'll kick in, But I really can't thank God enough. This has been one of the shittiest experiences I've ever had in my life. In the last year, I've been telling people that this is one of the worst years I've ever had in my adult life. That's negative speaking, because I'm saying worst, and that's negative, right? I really need to acknowledge the blessing, and I need to acknowledge that, yes, in order to flip this around, negativity breeds negativity, positivity breeds positivity. This really, I should be saying it has been one of the biggest blessing years of my life. Because in the end, I can't even comprehend how much of a blessing this will turn out to be for me. But I know I'm really grateful for this horrible experience. I don't think I understand even how much so. I was really upset today. Side note, on God. I almost unfollowed Deepak. I really don't appreciate with acknowledging or whatever it is that he's going about doing, and other people, fans are commenting and so on his Twitter and all of that, right? that you just don't need God. We're evolving and you don't need God. Dude, I am so grateful that I was not in front of Deepak Chopra right now, because I'd want to slap him and just be like, you, buddy. I believe there's a higher power. I believe there's a supreme being. I believe that God has created everything and that everything happens for a reason. I also believe people become egotistical, and I like Wayne's version of ego, which is edging God out. I believe Deepak is edging God out, and I really should unfollow him. As much as I've been trying to really like Deepak, because I really like the way he feels about Trump and everything, man. My bad. I'm not a Trump supporter. You can hate me for it. I don't care. But, I appreciate all of that, with his attitude towards him and all kinds of stuff, right? But if you're going to become evolved and you're going to become Buddhist and everything, okay, Jesus was a Buddhist. You're going to know all these little things in life. And you're going to acknowledge, that you're edging God out? How can you even do that? I don't understand. I really don't understand how somebody can be alive and have an evolved mind versus, people that just don't care to even bother reading a book, I'm sure you know what I'm saying, right? How can you even live in a mentality and edge God out? I don't get it. And I don't know if I shouldn't be offended. I mean, in the wise words of Lemmy, for Motorhead, if you're looking to be or if you're offended, then you're looking to be offended. And if you're looking to be offended, you should be, and I don't want to be, but, I took offense to that. I am so grateful to be alive when my whole life I've done everything in my power to end it. I had the accident when I was 12, and I've been just a junkie, not really a junkie on heroin or anything, although I've done all drugs. I've been a mess, man. All throughout growing up, I had the mentality where if I wasn't at death's door, I wasn't done partying for the night. What kind of moron does that, right? But, I don't know how anyone can not be grateful to be alive or become spiritually evolved and everything and say that we don't need God anymore. I need God in my life more than ever. And I hope I'm not yelling. I just know that there's traffic right next to me, God means the world to me. And it doesn't have to be, I'm not pushing God. I'm not a Bible thumper, There's a difference. I'm all spirituality, but I'm not going to, thump a Bible on people, I think that's just bullshit. And I don't think you should have to force people into believing something that they don't want to believe. And I don't think that you should have to thump a Bible and get people irritated because you're trying to. I think if people want to believe in God, they will ultimately have experiences where they do come to, and if not, they don't. So with my believing in God and a higher power, something that has created us and breathed life into us, I'm not telling my hands to move. Yeah, I'm not telling my brain to function. God's doing that. But I would never want to tell somebody, no, you have to believe in God. So I don't really know why I was offended over that. But all I can say is I'm in a situation where I'm sleeping on the streets, dude. And I can see God everywhere. I'm really grateful. I'm so grateful to be alive. I went to bed last night, but I'm not sleeping in a bed. I was making a list of all the things mentally, a list of all the things that I'm grateful for. I am so grateful. I've got this, that, and the other. And a couple hours later, I wasn't even close to being done. And I woke up the same way. I think that's God. My bad. But all day today, and lately, but I just can't help feeling as though this experience and being outside, and I'm not camping, this is a blessing for me. I will be able to look back on this moment in my life and just feel even more gratitude for it. Somewhere along the way, I feel as though I'm going to continue benefiting from this. Which sounds really weird, messed up, and I hope you understand what I'm saying. And all I'm doing right now is just talking your ear off. Just repeating myself. But you know what? I'm really grateful. There's some people watching. Because when you're homeless, you really want somebody there to listen. You want to talk to someone so that you don't have to talk to yourself. I know, dude. I really appreciate it. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. Like I've said, I was telling my ex, in the last time, not since I've been here this time. All I want is for somebody to talk to. I feel so alone. Like I would rather have 5 minutes of someone's time to talk to rather than $5 out of someone's pocket. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't want to feel alone. You want to have someone to talk to that isn't out to screw you and who's not standing there over your head ready to kill you. You want to feel like you've got a friend, and you want to feel like you're still human. So what am I doing, dude? Am I becoming a voice for the unheard? Is that what this whole thing is for me? I don't really know. But you really do feel like you're off grid and you're not even human anymore. Being homeless, you feel like nobody gives a shit about you. Nobody ever will, man. And you really do feel as though people would rather give you $5 than 5 minutes of their time. And all they ever wanted, is just someone to talk to. I've talked to people that I wouldn't have talked to had I not had this experience. I see God in people. I see God in the plants, and grass, and trees, and sky, birds, dogs, cats, everything, right? Anything living. I see God at work. But I really see God in homeless people. And I think some of the most amazing people I've met are the homeless that I've met in the last year. I met great people along the way in life, but I think some of the most incredible people I've met in a long time, we'll just leave it like that. I think some of the greatest people I've met are people that don't have anywhere to go. So this is over video wise, it's showing 101 right now. I don't want to keep talking your ear off, man, but I am so grateful you guys are there to hear me, so I don't feel so alone. And even though I'm talking to a phone and you guys are there, blah blah blah, right? I'm so grateful. I really do see the blessing in being homeless right now. I wouldn't recommend this to anyone. I wouldn't do this to my worst enemy. But I'm really grateful I've had this experience. So I want to thank you for being there, for watching all of this, spending time with me, making me feel like I'm not so alone, because in my life I feel really alone. I hope you have a wonderful night tonight. Or if it's daytime, wherever you are, you know what I mean? Or if you watch this later on, whatever, Have a good day. Take even a couple of minutes out of your time to feel good. So I usually say it like rock out to your favorite music or something. While you're in a moment of feeling good, count your blessings. Just keep counting them and see how long of a list you can come up with, even mentally. It's what we're all supposed to do, right? My ex doesn't think there's anything to be grateful for. And when there's something to be grateful for, I'll know it. I think that's horrible. I'm sleeping on the streets, and I spent hours counting all my blessings, and I wasn't even half or even close to a quarter or whatever done, because I continued on this morning counting my blessings. I think that's really what life is about, right? Counting your blessings and being grateful and being alive and appreciating life, not taking things for granted, and not turning a blind eye to people that are less fortunate. So, I love you guys. Namaste. Have a wonderful night tonight. And I'm going to sign off for now, okay? May God be with you. And I don't care if that's something horribly offensive to you or not. I mean, in my heart, bless you.